Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Remember this? This is the exact moment caught on camera of a partial dam failure at Lake Dunlap 4.5 years ago.
The Guadalupe County lake mostly drained after this with no dam to hold it back. But now a new dam is up and operating and the lake has returned.
Yeah, but downstream property owners tell Garrett Berger now they are the ones being left high and dry.
It took more than 90 years, but in May 2019, one of the spill gates at Lake Dunlap had enough and failed in dramatic fashion.
The old gates are nothing but wreckage now. A new dam has been set up and in place, but people downstream worry that these new gates may be holding too much of the water back.
It used to be a very beautiful place where I would take my friends and family to go fishing, and now that's just not here anymore.
Tim Smith is co-owner of a property just below Lake Dunlap and the dam. We met with him 11 days ago on November 6th, almost a week after the gates went fully up on Halloween. He'd expected the downstream water levels to drop, but not like this.
I'm anticipating this to be dry riverbed in the near future.
Water is making its way downstream, but through a roughly 2-mile canal running parallel to the natural channel to be used for hydroelectric power, the sale of which will help pay for the new dam. The canal was there before too, but people downstream say water also came over the old dam, making this downstream section of river higher than it is now.
It's definitely over there instead of over here. That's one of the big changes.
We checked the dam again today. After the recent rains and what appeared to be a small trickle through the dam, the water looks slightly higher than our visit 11 days earlier, but just slightly. In that time, we've made multiple requests to the dam's owner, the Guadalupe Blanco River Authority, or GBRA, to provide someone for an interview. The only response we got was a spokeswoman referring us to their website, where it states there were higher flows downstream since 2019 because the dam was down. And with the dam up, current flows, quote, are consistent with operations authorized for nearly a century. But we weren't asking about flows since the collapse. We were asking about what it looked like before.
If the old dam was still up, this would be underwater?
Yes.
We haven't been able to find any hard data to show what is or isn't happening below the Lake Dunlap Dam. Now, the U.S. Geological Survey does monitor conditions on the Guadalupe River, but the nearest stations are way up here, miles upstream in New Braunfels. Plus, the county is still under drought conditions.
Downstream of the dam, though, people are adamant things have changed.
Prior to the dam failure, there was always visible water flow.
Texas Parks and Wildlife has confirmed they're aware of the situation and are monitoring for impacts to wildlife downstream. And a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers spokesman said the federal agency has been talking with the GBRA as well to make sure the River Authority is in compliance with permitted action related to water flow. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
You know, Garrett mentioned drought conditions there. That's not helping water levels anywhere in our area, but we saw it has improved a bit. We just always need more rain, Adam.
Yeah, we do these days, that's for sure. We could use more rain. Unfortunately, we're not looking at much of a chance. We did have a beautiful sunset this evening, and I do want to point out, some of you may have noticed a little bit of a rainbow on each side of the sun at sunset. You can barely see it right here on KSAT Connect, but there's a little bit of a rainbow. That's a sundog. You get them sometimes, particularly with ice in the sky, kind of like that halo we had yesterday. Similar phenomenon is just when the sun got lower, the light bent through the ice crystals in those cirrus clouds, and we got some of those sundogs, those little mini rainbows they looked like on each side of the sun. Weak cold front actually moving through right now. You're not going to notice a huge change, just a north wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour later this evening, and a little drop in humidity, but temperatures in the 60s, so we're not dropping off much in terms of temperatures with this weak cold front. A more noticeable cold front on the way early next week. That'll pave the way for some changes, which will involve Thanksgiving and a bit of wild card we're watching for Thanksgiving. Talk about that in a bit.
Ooh, all right. Thanks, Adam. Okay, let's take a look at traffic out there right now. 410 at Blanco here. You can see a lot of stop and go there in what I believe are the eastbound lanes headed away from the camera. Things backed up there on the eastbound side of the access road as well as traffic heads towards North Star Mall in this area. So something to be aware of. A little bit of a slowdown out there.
And tonight we're learning that a 17-year-old in custody for a cutting of a student at Lee High School last week. KSAT choosing not to name that suspect because he is a student at the school. Jail records show the suspect was arrested yesterday. He's now charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The arrest affidavit states the victim walking in a hallway at Lee when the suspect suddenly cut him in the stomach. The victim then walked into an office to get help before being taken to the hospital. This morning, Northeast ISD releasing this statement following the arrest. District officials say, quote, any ISD will not tolerate weapons and or violence on our campuses. We will work with appropriate law enforcement to help prosecute to the fullest extent possible, end quote.
A moment of victory today for those opposing school vouchers. The Texas House voted to remove the voucher plan from the education funding bill that lawmakers are considering. The amendment to House Bill 1 passed with an 84-63 vote. The school voucher plan would use taxpayer dollars to pay for private school tuition. It's been the governor's main goal in calling this fourth special legislative session. According to the Texas Tribune, 21 House Republicans who represent mostly rural districts sided with House Democrats to remove that voucher idea from this bill. Governor Abbott has said that he would veto any education legislation that does not contain school vouchers. The first outcome was a mistrial, and now a jury is again deliberating in the case of a woman accused of murdering her boyfriend. Amanda Montoya is charged in the 2016 murder of Cesar Gallegos, who was shot inside his Southside home. Montoya was still at the scene when police arrived. This week, during her retrial, the defense argued that this shooting was an accident, but the state said the evidence made them believe it was murder.
What did the evidence prove? Amanda knew that by pulling the gun in the direction of Cesar and pulling the trigger within 1.5 to 2 feet away, that it was likely that Cesar would die. That's the definition of knowingly.
We got an update just moments before this newscast started. The jury is still deliberating. If Montoya is found guilty, she faces up to life in prison.
Something under the Christmas tree in jeopardy for more than 6,000 San Antonio kids. The Salvation Army scrambling to find a new distribution center for its Angel Tree program. They say the one they were planning to use fell through today right when they were about to move in. The Salvation Army hopes a business is willing to let them use their space to serve as a makeshift toy shop for the next few weeks.
We're simply just going to go in and use that space. We're going to clean it up. We're going to leave it better than we found it. And, you know, you just feel good about knowing that you contributed something to helping others during the Christmas season.
They could use the help. The Salvation Army looking for a space that's about a 20,000 square foot area with AC and running water. If you have a space you'd be willing to lend them, call the Salvation Army at 210-352-2000.
San Antonio ISD voted to close more than a dozen schools this week. One of the many questions after that decision is what happens to the history behind some of these schools, specifically on the city's east side.
Yeah, names like Douglas, Gates, and Miller all have historical significance and generations of stories to tell. RJ Marquez tells us about the efforts to preserve those names and legacies in SAISD.
Frederick Douglass, Samuel Houston Gates, and Doris Miller, three historical figures that played a role in generations of San Antonians.
Is there something exciting about knowing that someone that looks like you made a difference?
But there are names associated with three SAISD schools that will close after this year. The goal now is to keep those names alive for future generations.
Some very historical individuals here in San Antonio graduated from Douglass. It was the first school named after African American in San Antonio.
The origins of Douglass can be traced back to the late 1800s, when it was the Rincon Street School and built for children of freed slaves near the river. The school relocated to its current site in 1915.
Losing that school, that's a real significant problem within the African American community.
Samuel Houston Gates attended Douglass and later became the principal there. Gates Elementary opened in 1965.
Mr. Gates fought so hard for equal educational opportunities. It was the first school that was named for a contemporary African American figure that was from San Antonio.
Dory Miller was a Navy hero who saved countless lives during the Pearl Harbor attack.
And he put his life on the line to protect this country.
Miller opened in the late 1940s and served children in the Lincolnshire community. SAISD says the district will continue to honor the histories of these schools. There will be public meetings next spring to determine how.
We can't depend on anyone to keep our story alive except us.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
ABC's 2020 Tonight takes an in-depth look at a case that we covered here extensively. In 2018, Border Patrol agent Juan David Ortiz was arrested and charged with the murder of 4 women in Laredo. The arrest got national attention. Ortiz was then labeled a serial killer. His trial happened last year here in San Antonio after a change of venue was granted. Our Erica Hernandez covered this case and will be featured in tonight's 2020 episode hosted by John Quinones. Erica spoke with John earlier today about why this story was so important to tell.
What I got to say that I am most proud of on tonight's 2020 is that we get a chance to humanize the victims. Yes, there were sex workers. Yes, there were addicts, as so many sex workers often are. But first and foremost, Erica, they were mothers, they were daughters, they were sisters. And in telling this story, I think we also tonight will get to honor their memory.
That episode will begin right here on KSAT at 8 p.m. If you miss it, it can be streamed tomorrow on Hulu. And because of 2020, the game between Bernie and Lavernia will now be airing on MeTV. The game was originally scheduled to air here on KSAT. The game will start at 7 tonight on MeTV. We'll have highlights tonight in big game coverage on the Night Beat.
It's still ahead at 6:30, a local elementary school taking its lessons to the streets. Students analyzing crime in their area with an artistic spin. The stories they're capturing and how this truly unique concept is changing their education.
But before we go to break, the day finally here. This is a live look at the coolest place in San Antonio right now, the Rotary Ice Rink at Travis Park. It's back and it's open. Avery Everett has everything you need to know from the ice when we come back.
Welcome back. I'm Stefania Jimenez, and here's what we're working on for you tonight on the Night Beat. With SAISD closing or announcing its school closures, more people want to move into specific areas, and that's affecting the real estate market. We're going to learn about how realtors are dealing with this new demand. Also, for the first time in 21 years, the Alamo Dome is going to turn a profit. And to put things into perspective, 21 years ago was the last time the Spurs actually called the Dome home. We're going to take a look at how the city has benefited from the Dome and also the surrounding businesses. We'll see you for these stories and so much more tonight on the Night Beat.
Thanks, Stefania. One of the coolest places in the city is now back open for the holidays. The outdoor ice skating rink at Travis Park is making its return downtown.
Our Avery Everett live at the rink right now. She's just skating by on this Friday, and we're fine with that. Avery.
I don't know, skating by is a pretty harsh term. Keep it honest, I'm not qualified to be out here right now. Okay, this opened up here, the Rotary Ice Rink, at 6 o'clock to the general public here at Travis Park. And literally, some of these kids are professionals. There's an ice skating team out here. I mean, they look pro, and I am not qualified. Steve seems to think since I'm from Pennsylvania, I should know how to ice skate. Well, I can confirm I don't. I tried, and I worked really well with the Boys and Girls Club when they were out here earlier, but I had to trade the skates in for some of the spikes, so you can't judge me, okay? But some of these kids, I mean, everyone's still out and enjoying it, and there are people who are actually skating. More than 200,000 people since 2019 when this all started, so people are actually enjoying it. You know, I'm steady on the ground here right now, but this is open through January, so much more fun to come, and I can tell you, this is the coolest assignment, Steve and Myra, okay? It's 80 degrees outside, and I feel pretty cool, and there's still a lot more to come with the holiday season, even if it doesn't feel like it. So back to you both.
What a great setting.
Yeah.
Did you see the lights behind it?
I
don't
know.
remember it being that
lit up
picturesque
and festive.
Yeah.
I'm more
it's
intrigued
nice.
now that I know I can get some of those spikes.
Oh yeah,
did they give those out to
steady.
just anybody, or did Avery just have them in the back of her
I
car?
don't know. I'm hoping maybe she can connect me, something like that.
Okay. All right.
I used to have some of those. Yeah, those that you just, they're like rubber and they stretch to the bottom of your boots or shoes.
Anything you have to navigate ice does not surprise me.
Yeah. Adam, was I out of line? She's from Pennsylvania. I thought, well, you should know how to skate.
No, you're totally in line.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, I thought maybe, whatever. We're still getting to know Avery in this clamming license apparently she has.
I heard that earlier in our
She's
Know My Neighborhood coverage this week.
All right,
Avery has a clamming license.
We got to get down to the bottom of that. All
right. We'll find out more.
Yeah.
Report back.
Reporting back. Noticeable cold front hits Monday, a week when I mentioned is moving through right now, and a bit cooler as we get into next week, but unfortunately, minimal rain chances. Now, remember earlier we were setting the stage for a beautiful sunset? Oh, well, check this out. Yeah. Oh, I love these shots. They get me excited. This is God's country. Love my backyard sunsets. That's the comment. It's great. And if you look carefully, look on the upper left. And if you go on your phone, you'll see it even better. Or on the website, nice little crescent moon shining right there in the upper left-hand side of the screen. So thanks for posting that to KSAT Connect. I want to talk about our next cold front. It's going to be more noticeable, but mainly for the morning temperatures. They'll be dropping down into the lower 40s by the middle part of next week, and that includes Thanksgiving. Afternoons aren't going to change a whole lot. We're not talking a big hard-hitting front, but there will be a little reset, particularly in those nighttime and morning temperatures. We do have a front moving through right now. It's hard to find. You look at the wind and where it's out of the north, that's where the front has been. It's basically from Eagle Pass to Hondo up to New Braunfels at the moment and slowly working its way southward. There is a little drop in the humidity behind it, dew points in the 50s behind this front, 60s out ahead of it. So a little change in the mugginess later on tonight. I mean, we're talking dew points low to mid 60s right now, and then by midnight, 1 a.m., down into the mid 50s, and that's where they'll be throughout the day tomorrow, and then jump up a little bit as we get into Sunday. North wind, 10 to 15. That's the only other change you're going to notice from this weak front. Otherwise, big blue H over Mexico still with that clockwise circulation. We've got those nice mid clouds coming in from the Pacific, which set the stage for that beautiful sunset that you saw posted to KSAT Connect and you probably witnessed for yourself outside this evening. Next system, we're still watching it just west of San Francisco, that big upper level swirl. It's moving eastward and it's likely to be progressive, but there's a little wild card that we're watching with this system as we get into Thanksgiving. It's going to help push that next cold front through and modify temperatures a little bit. And there's also going to be this dip in the upper level flow over Mexico and Texas as we get into Thanksgiving. Now, right now, indications are this is going to stay progressive and move through and not really be problematic for Thanksgiving. We're just watching for the unlikely scenario where this pinches off from the main flow and then drifts overhead, and then we would introduce rain chances. But right now, that's the unlikely scenario. Rainfall potential generally far to the north of us. We're talking New Mexico, panhandle of Texas, Oklahoma, midsection of the country, and on through the East Coast. Tomorrow, we start the day at 58 degrees. By noon, we're at 64. I think more clouds than sun tomorrow, 68 the high temperature. And then by Sunday, we're at 57 in the morning, 70 in the afternoon, near 70. So very similar, but a stray shower possible. 10 to 20% chance. That's about it Sunday and even Monday. Now the cold front hits Monday. Behind it, get ready for a gusty wind on Tuesday. Tuesday, that's going to be our windy day. You'll notice the gusty winds on Tuesday out of the north between 30 and 40 miles per hour. As of now, Thanksgiving looking agreeable, and even travel weather beforehand looking agreeable across the state as well.
The turkey seems to agree.
Oh, it's shaking its tail feather. Woo-wee.
All right, so going to be an emotional night, I would think, inside the Alamo Dome for players like Frank Harris.
Yeah, so it's senior night for the Roadrunners. 21 seniors are going to play what could possibly be their last home game at the Alamo Dome. So it's an emotional week for head coach Traylor, Frank Harris, etc. Plus, we're talking the big game coverage road trip. We are live to talk about the Davenport Wolves coming up.
We want to play next week. We want to be playing football while everybody else is eating Thanksgiving dinner.
If Coach Fontenot Amity and his Bandera Bulldogs get past the second week of the playoffs, he'll get that wish. Turkey leg in one hand, football in the other, in big board sports. It is senior night for the UTSA Roadrunners in the last regular season home game at the Alamo Dome for 21 players. And who knows, this could be the last home game for head coach Jeff Traylor, because according to reports, Texas A&M interviewed coach on Tuesday via Zoom for the Aggies opening. Jimbo is out. Perhaps Traylor will replace him. In the meantime, it's been an emotional week for coach, knowing this is the last time Frank Harris will play a regular season game at the Alamo Dome.
I've probably already cried a few times already. I'm sure I'll cry every day. It'll be tough. I mean, they're all close. We're all close with each other. But when it's quarterback and head coach, you just take extra bullets. And I know that's a tough deal. Frank and I have been through a lot together.
UTSA will host South Florida tonight at 8. An emotional one for Coach Traylor, Harris, Rashad Wisdom, and more. The second round of the high school football playoffs kicked off last night up in Kerrville. Fall City beat Rock Springs 55-22 to advance. Several more area teams will look to win tonight, including those on the BGC road trip. Let's go live now to Jourdanton, where Mary Rominger has more.
Hey, Larry. Davenport is awaiting kickoff against Beeville Jones in the area round of the Class 4A Division I bracket. The winner here in Jourdanton will face the winner of our Game of the Week matchup between Bernie and Livonia. Now, it is remarkable what Davenport has been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time. The program joined the UIL last year and made an immediate statement by reaching the second round of the playoffs. The current group of seniors are the school's first, and they have big expectations for themselves this time around.
It's pretty special to see how everybody's maturing. As freshmen, the offense and stuff was super simple, and seeing how everybody's bought in over the last 4 years and which is what made this possible.
The sky's the limit for this team. Everybody is just so dedicated, and I think that it's a really special thing going on right here because, like I said, we're a new school and we're already establishing a family here, honestly.
The next road trip game we have is a 4A D2 area round clash between Bandera and Ingleside. The Bulldogs are riding high after advancing past the first round for the first time in a while. Last week, the team played at Rattler Stadium, which helped prime the team for the added pressures of the postseason.
It was our first playoff game that I feel like Bandera felt like they had a chance to win in a while. And so the nerves were definitely there. It was a chance for our first playoff win since 2007. And I think that honestly, with the flow of the game, we just need to settle in. But I think it's just overall just handling the moment and not letting it get too big.
We all fight for each other. We all play for each other. We all love each other on this team. It's we are a family. That's our motto here. We're a family.
All right, here is our route. Both host sites, Jourdanton, and we finish up in Pleasanton. Both exciting games. And right now I have Davenport warming up behind me and Beeville Jones on the other side of the field. We'll have recaps of both games tonight on the Night Beat. Back to you, Larry.
Thank you, Mary. In the UIL Volleyball State Tournament, Harlan will face Katy Cinco Ranch tonight at 7 in the Class 6A State semifinals. And last night in the State 4A semis, Davenport won in 3 sets and will next play Canyon Randall for the state title tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon.
All right, keep it going.
Yep.
And the Spurs play tonight. You have 10 o'clock's going to be busy for you.
There's a lot going on for sure.
Yeah.
Act.
Thanks,
Larry. We'll be right back.